Go again, yo, everyone. Starter Protagonist is here. Before we get into the main topic, on June 14th, I'll be turning 25 this year. So I appreciate it if you all use my supporter creator code, which is Startastic. Or if you want, you can gift me anything in your Fortnite item shop. My Epic tag is right there. And you might actually be part of one of my spending sprees if you ever think of doing that. And also, link to my Discord server is in the description below, as well as the pinned comment. I'm doing my best to try and make my community more active, so I'd really appreciate it if you're interested. It's no surprise that the Fortnite Star Wars season failed badly, and I'm starting to believe that this was a big mistake. Now, I took this screenshot sometime during this season, and this is the first I've ever seen the original BR below 100k, let alone 90k, and this was during the afternoon. And then come to find out, Fortnite has reached the lowest player count since Chapter 4, or I believe it was Chapter 5 Season 3. Now, there are key factors as to why this season failed, but first, let me give my honest thoughts on this mini-season. Although I'm not a Star Wars fan, I do think that this season is way better than last season. I like the loot pool being only Star Wars the weapons. The Force powers are really cool to use when using the lightsabers. The Star Wars pass was alright. I got some use out of the mashup skins, as well as Captain Phasma from the Lego Pass. The POIs were cool, but they shouldn't have been added on the four corners of the map. And we didn't even get any map changes during the season either. AI Darth Vader was completely unnecessary. I mean, yes, I get it. The voice actor and his family did approve of Disney using his voices, but in my opinion, having AI in the gaming space in general is a major red flag. And I don't understand why Epic is continuing to do this for the near future. It's a bizarre, risky, commercialized decision to make.
Marcus, you try.
I'm not doing this, no. No.
I want to see if he says a different name.
Bruh.
Please, bro, just ask him, like, are you okay? So, I want to.
Oh my god. Darth Vader, how strong are you? Oh, wait.
Oh.
Darth Vader, how strong are you?
Marceline, strength is a construct of the weak.
Oh, he does?
Power is absolute. The Force flows strong within me. Its strength is immeasurable. What is the measure of your own power?
And the Star Destroyer update is just there. I never found any interest in wanting to find or use this thing. I will say using the X-Wing and TIE Fighters were pretty fun. This season was alright. I wouldn't put this as one of my favorite seasons, but it's a decent season so far, at least in my opinion. Still, I never had the willpower to keep playing the season. The only time I do so is when I'm playing with my cousins, as well as Juju, someone you should check out. Link to his channel will be in the end screen. If anything, I find myself playing Reload more because it just feels more fun and enjoyable. I am loving the challenge it gives me, but fuck the superhero skins. They can die in a fire and burn in hell. But when you look at Galactic Battle, I think this is a season that no one finds enjoyable. Now, firstly, the cosmetics in the game were a major problem. I understand that this was a mini season, but even Remix Chapter 2 had more skins than this. How can you have 5 skins in a like this small season? I just don't get it. We could have at least had 7. We could have at least had 6 or 7 skins, but 5? No. Okay, I guess. And one of them you had to buy through the XP shop. Yes, they brought that back, except they locked Darth Jar Jar and his cosmetics behind an XP shop with no bundle. So you're spending 3,200 V-Bucks for only 4 cosmetics with no bundle. This was a major scam. And let's talk about the one thing that everybody has been asking for. And you all know what I'm talking about. It's the lightsaber pickaxes. At least we thought we were getting lightsaber pickaxes. However, that turned out to be a major lie. And you have this person to blame. Now, I will say this. I do not condone hate or threats. So please do not go out and attack him. I beg you. Please just don't do that. It's not cool. However, he does have every right to be criticized for posting an insider leak that's not even confirmed. But this is mostly on Epic and Disney's part. Why are they so afraid to make the lightsaber pickaxes happen? What's holding them back from doing this? Secondly, it's mostly reused content. I've already used the F11D blaster and the Wookiee bowcaster. I've already used the lightsabers during Last Resort and last year's Star Wars event, and the Force powers have already been a thing in the past. I mean, this just further proves that this game is relying too much on repetition, and with the upcoming season that's confirmed to be another superhero themed season, I just don't see the hype for it. Sure, we might have another Superman skin, as well as Robin from the DC Comics, and Saitama from One Punch Man, but that's all I'm really looking forward to. More DC skins and more anime collabs. Sure, they might add something new to the season, but it's still just going to be another superhero season. And going back to Star Wars, I think making a Star Wars season, it was a risky move that unfortunately didn't pay off. And that leads into the third reason. Let me tell you why you may prefer 2-week collab events over mini collab seasons. Collab events gives you a sizable amount of content in 2.5 weeks. You're getting a mini pass that has a good amount of cosmetics for the low price of 1,000 V-Bucks, mythics to accommodate with the collab, as well as cosmetics for the item shop. It doesn't feel too long to go through, it doesn't get in the way of BR except for Avatar, and you're able to have fun with the mythics alongside the current loot pool of that specific season. Collab seasons, however, can get pretty tiring as it progresses. People are going to have fun with it within the first week or two, and as time goes on, people are going to get bored with it, and that's exactly what happened with the Star Wars season. Whether it be the loot pool or fatigue or the lack of content, it could be one or more of those reasons. On top of that as well, collabs can only appeal to different audiences. Star Wars may be popular, but it's only going to appeal to die-hard fans. For as awesome as it is to have more Star Wars content, I think this could have been a 2-week long event. And as much as I would love to see a Sailor Moon themed season, I understand that not everyone is going to enjoy it. I personally don't mind mini seasons as long as they're centered around Fortnite's original ideas. The reason why OG and Remix were a major success, not because of a nostalgia or anything like that, but because they didn't rely too much on collabs. These were seasons based on the first 2 chapters with their own loot pools. And yes, Remix had Snoop Dogg as well as the 4th Eminem skin, Ice Spice, and Juice WRLD. However, they didn't take control of the whole map, and they had their own mythics along with their own POIs to accommodate with the season's theme. But with how they handled the Star Wars event, I get the feeling that we may end up with the same formula with future mini seasons. I mean, it was already rumored that we might be getting a Simpsons themed mini season, and I have to ask, how will that work? You're telling me that the entire map will be Springfield? Are we going to have loot pools centered around the Simpsons? I'm sorry, but I don't think that'll be great of a season. But the one mini season that I really do not want is a third Marvel season that's already rumored to be in Chapter 7.
Oh, hell no!
On one hand, it's rumored to be centered around symbiotes, and I'd love for them to add a Mayday Parker in the game. A bit surprising that we haven't seen a Spider-Girl skin in the game. Sure, we got Spider-Woman, but I'm talking about the Amazing Spider-Girl. Also, do another Marvel Rivals collab and add Penny Parker in Fortnite. I think those 2 characters would be really good inclusions. On the other hand, I'm hoping this rumored third Marvel season doesn't come true, because we already had 2 Marvel seasons, so why do we need another one? Again, hopefully that rumor doesn't come true when Chapter 7 hits. There are a few other reasons to have contributed to this season falling off, one of which is that summer is upon us. It's the season where everyone is focused on their final exams, people are going out to do stuff outside of gaming, etc. And finally, I've heard this from people playing the Star Wars season. Apparently, it plays more like a Star Wars game rather than a Fortnite game itself. Specifically Star Wars Battlefront 2. And because of this, there have been more players playing that game because of it. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So what do you get when you add all of these reasons together? A pretty low player count for Fortnite standards. Yeah, and BR alone, builds couldn't even reach 200k these past few days, and Zero Bows are getting more players than builds. And then when you look at the overall player count, it can't even surpass 2 million at this point. Like I said before, I don't think this season is anything bad. It's a decent season, and I'll gladly take this over Lawless. But if they're going to continue doing mini seasons that are centered around collabs, they need to improve and build upon what worked in this season, and they should do so with collabs that the majority of their fan base are into, and not just IPs like Marvel and Star Wars. Do a One Piece season, or a Dragon Ball season, or DC, or better yet, maybe make mini seasons based on original ideas and save the collabs for the item shop, mini events, and LTMs. Now, as unhyped I am for the next season, I am hoping that it's somewhat of a good season to play. And hopefully Epic sees this and either do a better job with these mini seasons or just drop the whole thing in Chapter 7. Because whether they want to admit it or not, this Star Wars season was their huge mistake. Use code StarTastic in the item shop as they help support the channel. Hope you all enjoy it, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think of this Fortnite time Star Wars season? Did you love it? Did you hate it? And are you looking forward to more mini seasons like this? Let me know in the comments down below. And until then, this is Star the Protagonist signing out. As always, Goki Genyo, and have a Startastic day, everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, then be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn those notifications on to join the Star Nation. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter, and while you're at it, check out my previous video. Now.